personally, within my portfolios, I'll be looking to repeal the fair pay agreements by Christmas to give business owners certainty as employers going into the new year.
We talked about the fair pay agreements, and I thought it would be really important for us to know what the fair pay agreements. Remember, this is her number one thing to get onto, right? To get rid of fair pay agreements. So what are they? So this is from makeworkfair.nz. Fair pay agreements in a nutshell. Fair pay agreements are a way of deciding what's fair, what's a fair way to treat working people in a particular industry. They cover things like pay, hours, leave, health, and safety. Fair pay agreements are a new part of New Zealand employment law. They set minimum standards of employment for everyone in a particular industry. So if you don't have them, then you can lower the minimum standard, right? And you know what ACT's going to say? Well, market will decide. If they set it too low, they'll go and get a job somewhere else. They don't understand working class. That means, for example, that nobody in that industry can be paid less than the rate agreed to. It's like the minimum wage, but for a specific industry. This will be negotiated by unions and employers in that industry. Fair pay agreements are also about lifting pay and conditions in industries that are low paying. Now, the parties of business, the parties of finance, and ACT in particular, their number one priority for Brooke Van Velden is to get rid of that. So we reread part of that back. They want to get rid of setting minimum standards of employment for everyone in a particular industry. They want to get rid of things like agreed pay, agreed hours, leave, health, and safety. That's what they want to get rid of. And it's in another story. They're talking about the crisis around the cost of living. So they want to take these things away from the workers, right? Which means a workplace could pay you less, make you work more, not give you leave, not give you the same health and safety. They can take that away from you or renegotiate that with you. And ACT and National are trying to say we're going to fix the cost of living crisis. But all these people in this crisis might end up getting paid less. So what they're actually doing is they're fixing the cost of living crisis for the bosses and for the business owners and for management roles, because they're the ones that will be able to continue to earn and work more, and the ones at the bottom will no longer have the protection of a fair pay agreement, shall we?
Luxon said in his victory speech that he was going to lead a government for all New Zealanders. It certainly doesn't sound like that. I didn't hear that from Brooke. I heard that it was for the benefit of business owners. And correct me if I'm wrong, there are more workers than there are business owners.
I believe so, yes.
If you are not a business owner and are in fact a worker and you voted for these clowns, you have fucked it for everyone. And yep. I think there is, I've mentioned this in the past week, I think there is one cure for this. And if you have toyed with the idea of joining a union, or maybe it's not needed because, you know, we've got good wage protection here and we've got good worker protection here, this is them eroding it. So if you ever toyed with the idea of joining a union, I would urge you, open up a second window, look it up on your phone, find what union covers your industry and join it. Because that is going to fucking pay off in the coming years.